Back now to the United States. Donald Trump, the US president, speaking on Fox News with Sean Hannity.
And they sent it over there and gave it to him. No, we took the opposite approach, exactly the opposite approach.
Are you following the protesting that is taking place all over the country of Iran
Yeah,
now?
I'm following it very closely.
And have you read that the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has a plan B to go to Russia?
Or someplace, yeah. He's looking to go someplace.
Do you believe that Iran, you think the country is on the verge of collapsing?
Well, it could be. I mean, what they've done is in the past, they've started shooting the hell out of people, and all of a sudden people without any weapons whatsoever are standing there and you have machine guns gunning them down, or they take them to prisons and then hang them and kill them. So they played rough, and I said, if they do that, we're going to hit them very hard. Well, we're going to hit them hard. We're ready to do it. If they do that, we're going to hit them hard. And so far, for the most part, there's been some of it, but for the most part, they haven't. There have been people killed. Some of them, the crowds are so big that some of them have had really, like, were stomped on. Literally, it was terrible. The crowds are just, they're massive. The enthusiasm to overturn that regime is incredible. But there's been people killed, but it's more from death by, it's literally stomping. It's people running in a certain direction. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens over there. They know, though, that it's a stampede, is, I guess, the best word. They have like a stampede. You talk about stampede for cattle. But the people are stampeding, and you're losing a lot of people with the stampedes. There's so many people protesting. Nobody's ever seen anything like what's happening right now. But I have put Iran on notice that if they start shooting at them, these people are totally unarmed people. And they love their country. They want something to happen. Look at their country. They've gone back 150 years. But I've told them that if they do anything bad to these people, we're going to hit them very hard.
So if there is mass murder by the Iranian Ayatollahs and those leadership, you're pledging to the people of Iran that you will come to their aid.
I've said it very loud and very clear. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
I have this hat. I guess you were playing golf with Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, I did that for Lindsey Graham. He wanted me to say.
It says "Make Iran Great Again."
And what he means by that, because I said, this is a little tricky hat. Yeah. Why do you want me to sign this hat?
I don't know.
He's
Can
really
I auction this off on eBay? Can I sell this?
Yeah,
it's probably worth a lot of money.
It's got my signature. Yeah. No, but he asked me to sign that. I said, you know, there's a lot of definitions for that. And what he's talking about is the people that are, you know, protesting, I guess is the only word you can use. It's really the biggest protest I've ever seen. The people that are protesting, if they take over the country, he wants to see if Iran can be great again. You know, years ago, a friend of mine was a developer from New York, and I was a young developer, and he went to Iran, and he built buildings in Iran, and he made a lot of money, and he did very well. And it was like condos and rentals, and he loved Iran. He thought it was great. And he did a lot of work there. He did a tremendous amount of work. He loved the people. He thought they were so incredible. And then it all stopped when this stuff started happening.
In 1979.
Yeah, it stopped like magic.
444 days, Americans held hostage.
Yeah, that was right. It was not a good time for Jimmy Carter. It wasn't a good time for
America.
His politics.
No, didn't work out very well for anybody. If, in fact...
Well, you know, I think about that, though, if I could interrupt, because, you know, when we were going into the middle of Venezuela with helicopters landing in an army fort where you have thousands of soldiers and you have people with guns all over the place, I thought so much about that Jimmy Carter catastrophe. We had so many hostages taken, American hostages. We had the helicopters crashing. You had the sandstorms. If you had sandstorms, you should come back.
Yeah.
But they tried to blast through the sandstorm. Nature always wins, remember?
Not with a helicopter.
Nature always wins. Mm-hmm. And helicopters don't have that kind of an engine. You know, there are a lot of moving parts. They don't like sand blowing into their gears. But anyway, they decided to go forward. I should have come back. But I was thinking about that because, you know, here we are going into actually a much more dangerous situation. If you think about it, on Venezuela, we're in a fort, a military army fort, and the house was built there for protection. And we're going in with helicopters, with jets, with helicopters. I mean, the jets preceded the helicopters and did an unbelievable. These are unbelievably talented pilots and people, and very brave people. So I was thinking a lot about the Jimmy Carter thing. I don't know what he would have done or how he would have done if that didn't happen, but there are those that say that destroyed his chances of winning election, and, you know, lost that election pretty big. He might have lost it anyway, perhaps, but there was no question after that mess. And I was saying, boy, I hope that doesn't happen with me. But we have Raising Cane and all of these great people, and they did an unbelievable job.
You know, you started in your first term the Abraham Accords.
Right.
And I would argue beyond Israel, it's other countries in the region, Egypt, Jordan, the Saudis, and pretty much every country, right, that they probably were breathing a sigh of relief, as well as the Israelis, because they didn't want Iranian hegemony in the region and a nuclear-armed Iran.
Well, you had to stop that. You had no choice. And it should have been done long before I got there. It should have been done earlier. They just, you look back, and Obama should have done it. They all should have done it. Clinton should have done it. Obama went the other way. I mean, Obama decided to go with Iran. I mean, he was, I don't know how Jewish people can vote for Biden and Obama. They were absolutely on the side of Iran. They were against Jewish
Mamdani.
people. Well, we're going to find out.
Your favorite mayor.
Well, I have a very nice relationship, but I thought it would take at least maybe a month or 2 months before he went after me. He hit me on the attack on Venezuela, which is pretty unusual because not too many people have hit us. That was a perfect attack. Think of what we've done. I mean, we've taken over a whole country. We're going to make the country strong and good, and we're going to ultimately be able to vote and put somebody in that they like. The oil that we've taken $4 billion worth of oil in one day, and that'll increase. We're going to have it rebuilt. All the big oil companies are coming in. They're going to make a lot of money, and Venezuela's going to get some of that money, and we're going to get some of that money. And we brought stability to the region. We brought stability and much lower oil prices. You know, we have gasoline now down to, in many cases, $1.99 a gallon. And with Biden,
states.
it was $4.50, $5. We have it we've brought it way down. We've done a great job. On the word affordability, prices are way down. They're going to go lower. Prices, you know, everything follows oil. Oil is so big, everything follows oil. If oil prices are down, everything's down. I mean, you can look at
everything goes lower.
It affects everything. It affects the truck that delivers donuts. It affects the stove that makes the donuts. It affects everything.
Two more issues on foreign policy and national security. Then I do want to do a deep dive into the economy. I want to ask you.
The economy is unbelievable.
We're going to get to that.
I know, but it's unbelievable.
Can Cuba survive without Venezuelan oil? I don't see how it can.
Can who survive?
Cuba.
No, Cuba totally relies on Venezuela for money and for oil, and they give Venezuela protection. That was always the deal. They're very tough. They're good soldiers. They got wiped out, as you know.
Yeah.
3 days ago, wiped out. I don't want to even say how many, but they got wiped out. But Cuba gives protection to Venezuela, and Venezuela gives Cuba money through oil.
Yeah.
And it's worked that way for a long time.
You talked about...
But it doesn't work that way anymore. So I don't know what Cuba's going to do. I think Cuba's going to fail. I don't think there are any alternatives for Cuba.
I don't know how they survive without Venezuelan energy.
We have great people from Cuba. Marco Rubio is great. He knows Cuba very well.
Some people said, somebody told me today it was Marco's revenge.
Well, maybe it was, but a lot of great people.
Yeah.
A lot of great people. We'll see what happens.
Well, you live in South Florida.
We want to do something to help Cuba.
Yeah. Let me, you mentioned Vladimir Putin.
You know the Cubans I want to help, though? I want to help the Cubans in the United States that got treated so badly by Castro. Because we have a lot of Cuban population here. We have some of the best people in the country, Cuban. And I want to help those people. They got treated so badly. They left on rafts, and and they got just thrown out.
Broken down.
Those people are going to be taken care of.
Broken down, dilapidated, rickety boats, shark-infested waters, inner tubes, because things were so bad there.
They came in in the worst floating vessels that there have ever been, and circled by sharks and everything else. And many of them, as you know, many of them didn't make it.
You talked about peace and your involvement around the globe and the success that you've had. You said many times that you thought the easiest conflict to resolve would be the European conflict, Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah.
And now you pointed out many times that it became the most difficult. A couple of things on that issue. Vladimir Putin, we did take out this Russian flag tanker along with Great Britain.
Right.
Tough decision, number one. Number two,
I didn't think it was a tough decision.
will you support the sanctions bill? I think there are 84 or 5 senators that want.
Yeah, they only do it if it's subject to me, and I support it.
You support it?
I hope we don't have to use it. And we have big sanctions on Russia right now.
Yeah.
Russia's economy is very bad, but they are much bigger than Ukraine. They're a much bigger, more powerful country from that standpoint.
Did Vladimir call you after this tanker was seized?
I don't want to say that, but the fact is that the Russian ships, it was a submarine and a destroyer, they both left very quickly when we arrived. And we took over the ship, and the oil is being unloaded right now.